right, happy to have you on the show. Fat Baby NFT. Super cool that you took your time, and thank you so much. And it's great to see you as well.
Of course, thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Maybe let's start with a little bit of background. I would like to know, and the listeners as well, like how have you started maybe drawing, and how have you started with illustrations?
I think all artists might answer this very similarly, where it's like, since I was a child, and it's true. I've always liked to draw, and me and a couple of friends at school were always the best kids at drawing, and then all the teachers would ask us to do things, and that was very rewarding because it was like, oh, I am good at something, But then as I grew older and I had to go to university and everything, I decided not to study art. So I am actually, I have a bachelor's degree on primary teaching. So
Nice.
I have not been working as a primary teacher. I worked as a teacher in Thailand for a couple of years, but I was in a university, and believe it or not, I was teaching academic English. With this accent and everything, but
Nice.
I took the opportunity. And the reason why I mentioned this, it's because for years I would just draw randomly here and there if it was a friend's birthday, and then I would do a drawing or things like that, because I was so busy doing other stuff that was not art related. But then when I was in Thailand, I was teaching academic English in a university, and I was the English teacher of the digital media course. So
Nice.
basically they were doing a lot of art and like 2D art, 3D art, paintings, and it was so inspiring. And I was like, oh, this is so great. I'm going to start drawing again. And even though I was a teacher, what I would do is when I had free hours, I would go to other teachers' lessons. So I would sit with the students and learn. And that was so much fun, and it made me realize how much I like to create things.
Cool.
So on that period, I started drawing again, and I created mostly were like just little personal projects that would excite me, like super little animations of a music video that I watched, and I thought, oh, this is cool, I'm gonna animate the singer or whatever. And that's it really. After that, I came here to London, and because it's hard to get it's not hard to get a job in London, it's very easy.
Yeah.
But I thought, okay, I'll be a primary teacher, but then it was, the salaries are a joke. They are so low, and
Everyone wants to go there, right? And then it's like getting low, I guess, or lower.
well,
than...
I mean primary teaching salaries, like for teachers, basically it's like very, very low, and it requires so much emotional and physical energy because you have to work with children, and I wasn't emotionally ready, and I thought, okay, I'll just work as a waitress or whatever. I worked in a toy store at night, like night shifts, which by the way, I keep repeating this was my favorite job, working in the toy store from 7 p.m. until 6 a.m.
Wow.
It was the store in the shop. I don't know. And it was Christmas period, of course, but you can't imagine the amount of toys that were sold daily, that I would have to work 12 hours on one aisle, like just storing the shelves with boxes of toys. But yeah, I did that. And then I was interested in joining like a more like office job, right? Being like a graphic designer or something. But everything I've learned by myself. And what opened so many doors is that while I was in Thailand, I started a YouTube channel, and I learned how to edit videos, film, edit, upload stuff, like read metadata and analytics on YouTube and all this crap that I hate now, but it was fun at the moment.
Okay.
And that gave me jobs. So basically someone that worked for a YouTube network here in London found my channel, And then they offered me a job in their company to create content, which was so much fun because then I arrived and I created a short mini-series, like an animated mini-series with a character that would teach English and Spanish to kids. And that was fun because I was doing everything myself with like character animator. So I would draw the characters on Photoshop, animate them with character animator, which basically you animate them with your face. It has like a face track technology.
Through the
And that was
camera or?
Yes, literally with the camera from the computer.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So yeah, and then you just create the different mouths, you know. So when you talk, it hears your voice and then automatically changes the mouth. Then it follows your head. It blinks when you blink. It was pretty fun.
Okay,
so I did that for a while. And yeah, and then I worked on different companies as like mostly like a creative or graphic designer or things like that, which was fun. And then
all of a sudden,
like I don't know if you can see these at the back.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
So these are cardboard from packages from Amazon. And when the lockdown happened, I was like so sad and depressed. And my job was okay. It was like just a graphic design job for a company that sells figurines for like, they do figurines for like Marvel and the Wizarding World and, you know, and it was okay, but it was not fun. Yeah. And I just had to follow instructions. Every time I suggested something creative, they were like, no, it's not gonna get approved. Forget about it. So yeah, I mean, the pandemic happened. I was extremely depressed. We were trapped in the house. So I was like, okay, I need to draw stuff. So I started to draw on these cardboards, and then I was like, okay, I'll try and sell them.
Okay.
But I only sold 2, and they were bought by friends.
Okay.
And I was like, right, typical. So I heard about NFTs, and I heard about it. By the way, I keep talking, and you only asked me one question.
Of course. I mean, you're a great talker, so you don't need questions.
Okay, so basically, I heard about NFTs, but on the first time I heard something about them, I was on Instagram, and it was to criticize them. It was like new shit came out, and it's so polluting to the planet, and it's horrible. And I was like, oh wow. And then I looked more information about it, and then I found a video about Gary Vee, which I don't love Gary Vee. Let me tell you the truth.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really like his whole thing, but he's a maximalist capitalist. True. And he knows how to make money, and he knows how to talk. True. And he was talking about NFTs and what they were going to become. And this was March 2021 when I found this video. And I was like, I really don't love this guy, but what he's saying makes so much sense. Because what he was describing was basically my whole experience with YouTube and any social media platform. He was talking about NFTs as this new thing that in the future everyone is going to have. And that if you start now, it's like, you know, most YouTubers that are super popular, they started very early.
Yeah, true.
So there was not much competence, which means the viewers would have access to their content in an easier way. Yeah. And it just made so much sense. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try this. And then I found out that you can clean your carbon footprint.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna give it a try. I knew nothing about crypto, by the way, like nothing. I remember opening my MetaMask wallet, sweating, like, oh my God, because I had to put 80 pounds in the wallet to be able to upload my first NFT on OpenSea. And I was like, I'm gonna lose my 80 pounds. Well, it was my girlfriend's 80 pounds because she had Bitcoin. And then we had to, you know, change from Bitcoin to Ethereum and then put in the wallet. I was shooting myself.
I know.
Thinking that I was gonna lose 80 pounds. And then we did it, and I uploaded my first NFT, which was, you know, these 2 babies here. I drew them. I thought they are very cute, so I'm just gonna do a collection and I'll draw them on my iPad. Okay. And that's what I did.
Nice.
A few days after, like, I opened a Twitter account, for NFTs only. And I think like a week after uploading them, I sold them for like $100 each. And I was like, so I've never sold. Yeah, I was like, I've never sold art in my whole entire life. And then out of nowhere, I upload my random fat babies on a platform, and some people paid money for them. So
Crazy.
it was, I mean, it was incredible. I was like,
nice
whoa.
feeling, right?
Of course, and also because this was April 2021, and NFT Twitter was very small, and it was kind of like we knew each other. Maybe there were like, I don't know, 100 artists. So we all knew each other, and we all bought each other's art. Also, I remember once I had to cash out, and I didn't know how. And this random guy.
I hope you didn't get scammed.
I didn't. Okay. He was so nice, and this is, like, I was so lucky, by the way, because I was like trusting everyone. But everyone was so nice, and I remember calling this guy on Discord, I think, and he guided me through everything.
Okay.
And I had no clue what I was doing. Wow. And I took my money out, like, and I was like, "Thank you so much." And he was like, "Yeah, of course, no problem." Like, I don't even know his name. I can't remember. Like, you know. So
Not
it was a wonderful. It was so cute. It was a great experience, and I met really nice people. And yeah, that's how I started.
That's pretty cool. Nice story. I love it that you started in Thailand, came to London, tried out different things. I think to find your real kind of destiny, it might even change, but to find what you like and stuff, you need to start somewhere, right? I also talked about this kind of thing with someone else in real life a few days ago. You just need to start and be kind of bold and try it out, even if it's a blog or YouTube. Start somewhere. You will go where you are meant to be. Where you meant to be, and it couldn't be truer with what you said, actually. And yeah.
Sorry, you go.
No, you go ahead. I don't have anything to say.
No, I was gonna say that I agree, and that I think for creative people, we might get bored of things pretty quick. So yeah, I had a YouTube channel, and that was fun. And then I got bored, and it was too much, and I didn't like it anymore. And then I also had like a streaming channel where I would play games, you know. And that was boring. And of course, all those things, I didn't make money really. It was just, you know, I was just creating content because I had fun and I thought it was cool. But the thing about NFTs is that, first of all, I made a lot of money, but it was, I have to make this clear, and I always do, it was circumstantial.
Yeah.
I don't believe in meritocracy, and this is one of the things that I don't like about Gary Vee, that says grind like a son of a bitch and you will get what you want. That's not necessarily true. You can be grinding like a motherfucker 24/7 and end up with nothing.
True.
So I was working so hard, yes, and I keep working every single day a lot, but it was all timing.
True.
So when I started NFTs, like if I started now, I would not have the same story whatsoever. And, you know, now it's overcrowded, it's overflooded, it's flooded with crap, you know, and it's so hard to be seen.
True. Yeah.
But a year ago, it wasn't.
That's true. Yeah, actually true. The market has changed a lot, and many people came in and started collections with, I don't know, Fiverr, low effort things, and bombarded the market. A lot of scans happened. Many ETH got drained out of the market, I think, as well. And yeah, when the space is smaller, I think it's easier to get attention when you're good and creating good stuff. Yeah, so maybe you can also talk us through the project or the collections you did, and I also know that you prepared something for sharing the screen. I don't know if it's a good timing right now, you decide, But
Yeah, actually, I have a perfect image
awesome. Let's go.
that I can show. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me
Okay.
know if it looks okay.
Okay. Which one? The clown?
This, can you see it?
I think. Yeah. Now it looks sharp. Yes. I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, so you asked
Perfect.
about my collections. This is a sort of timeline of my collections. So I
Nice.
started with Fat Baby NFT,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep uploading Fat Babies, by the way.
Okay.
They are, as you can see, they are all characters that I love.
Yeah.
So there's video game characters, cartoon characters, anime characters, then there's like, you can see Gizmo.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like
true.
from cinema stuff.
Cool.
And that character at the bottom right from the Fat Baby column,
Mm-hmm.
that looks like a robot with pink colors.
I see it. Yeah.
So that is a character that changed my trajectory a lot, because that is a collaboration I did with the collection The Bobu,
Mm-hmm.
and that one sold for 26 Ethereum.
Wow.
I
That's
know,
a lot.
and it was crazy because I had like this group of people, and we all knew each other, and we were all small artists,
Yeah.
and we were all following the auction, and we were all shocked, like
Shock,
what?
of course.
Yeah. So that was a really fun experience. Also, the robot has a little transgender flag,
Mm-hmm.
because I am transgender non-binary, and I
Nice.
thought it was very great.
Where's
That
the flag?
probably the flag underneath the pill.
Ah, underneath the pill. Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cool. It's an animated piece, but that's just the drawing
Okay.
there. But yeah, that was amazing, and that happened right before I was launching Clever Girls. So
Yeah.
Clever Girls is my first generative project,
Yeah.
and it's scientist lesbian velociraptors.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Clever Girls because I love the movie Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Like one-
true.
Yeah, one of my favorite
me.
movies ever. And there's a line where the hunter, the keeper of the raptor, says he says Clever Girl, and then the dinosaur eats him.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, nice, I'm gonna call it Clever Girls. Again, they are all girls,
Yeah.
because in Jurassic Park all the dinosaurs were female, so
Oh,
they
okay.
couldn't reproduce. So it's like a joke, they are all female,
Yeah.
and yeah, they are lesbians because I love queer shit because I am queer.
Nice.
And that one, it was so much fun to draw. It was difficult because it was my first generative project, and I had to learn so much.
True.
But it was great. We sold out in 20 minutes, the 1st of September 2021,
Nice.
it was a period where all collections were selling out
True.
rapidly. So that's why I was saying that it was the right time.
True.
So that one sold out, it was great. But then it was so hard to keep the floor
Mm-hmm.
because so many collections started to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, I need to buy into this other collection, so I'm going to sell these other
I
NFTs.
know.
And it was so frustrating and so confusing because obviously people, when I always talk about this sort of like metaphor or whatever. When you have a company and you are selling a product, imagine you are selling t-shirts.
Yeah.
Your customer comes, buys the t-shirt and leaves.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't expect anything from you. With NFTs, they buy an NFT and they are investing and they expect you to do something so that they can sell their NFT for a profit.
Yeah.
So suddenly you have, this was a collection of 5,555 NFTs. You have like 3,000 customers
True.
asking, what are you doing?
Roadmap.
Exactly. And I have no one knows anything. We
That's
are all
true.
experimenting, especially last year. So for me, I saw this as an opportunity where I hired people to work in the team. I donated so much money to Mermaids. So Mermaids is an organization that helps transgender children and their families.
Nice.
Then we paid top surgeries. Top surgeries is when you remove your breasts if you're a transgender or non-binary person. So I paid for that for different people because I recently had mine and I know it costs a lot of money and everything. So it was great because most of our collectors were crypto bros that are probably transphobic and homophobic, but they gave us their money that we used, to help the queer community, which is really fun. And then we kept working on this project. As I said, we were 6 people and I paid them all 1 Ethereum a month, which at the time was
good
great.
Money, right?
Yeah, it was $4,000 a month.
A lot.
And I just thought, why not? Everyone in the team knew how much money we had.
Yeah.
I thought, because I always think this is so new.
Yeah.
But we tend to copy our traditional systems into whatever new thing comes out. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to pay people according to what a salary is supposed to be. I didn't want to hide. Like, there were some months at the end where we didn't have much revenue because secondary market was not working.
Of course.
And all of us, the team, would have a conversation and say, who needs money this month? And then if someone needed more money than another person, we would pay that person more money. So it was very fun. We were doing a lot of things. We created an interactive narrative for Clever Girls, where you can play on the website now. It's available for everyone, and it talks about the lore and the story, the origins of Clever Girls, and it's so much fun. And also it has like romantic. You can flirt with other dinosaurs because they are lesbians, and that was so cute, so much fun. We also did a lot of artist collaborations. There's so many things that we had on the roadmap, but at some stage people didn't care.
True.
Because I think this intersection in between art and crypto is that the artists and the art lovers are going to care about the project and about what you create. They want to see what you do. But the crypto people don't give a shit. They want money.
True.
So, they don't care about if you are creating a game. They don't care if you are, working on this new technology. They want to know that they are going to make money. And if you're going to make a game, is it going to be valuable for me to sell my NFT for more money?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a bit like out of control. And then I could see that at the time, all the collections that were coming out were very male-centric, gang, cool sort of thing. And I was like, okay, why don't we create another collection that is free to claim for all our collectors?
Okay.
And it has a different vibe. So we created Raptor City Rascals, which, again, it's dinosaurs, and the story and the lore is directly connected to Clever Girls.
Yeah.
But Raptor City Rascals is young dinosaurs that live after an apocalypse. So during the period of Clever Girls, some events happened, and then the Rascals kind of appeared, and they live in a city, like, the movie Akira?
Akira.
It's an anime movie, and it's really one of my favorite movies. So I wanted to have that vibe.
I think I don't know it.
It's fine, but it's like post-apocalyptic,
cool
gangs, in the city trying to survive and having motorbikes and sports and shit. So we created Raptor City Rascals, and everyone could claim for free. So if you had one Clever Girl, you could get one Rascal.
Okay.
And we realized something, and is that when you give something for free, especially at the time, because I know now the free mint, last month the free mint was the new thing.
True.
People get it for 0 and they sell it for 20.
Yeah, sure. They don't appreciate it, right?
Exactly. It's not a lot of profit, but they make money. So it was so complicated to sell because it was an instant reveal.
Yeah.
Which also I think that is something that you can play with, like the hype of what am I gonna get? We didn't play with that. So basically people would get their free NFT and then sell it for a price that was under the floor and under the mint price. So mint was 0.05.
Yeah.
But people were selling for 0.03, 0.04. So no one was gonna mint.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, that was an interesting experience. We kept developing Clever Girls and Raptor City Rascals. Raptor City Rascals has an anime in the making. It has the black market that we didn't launch yet because things changed. But basically, the black market is a section in the website that opens once a month. And there's a merchant. So, you know, there's like a big dinosaur that is like in the shadows and brings his truck with like goods from other lands. And what we want to do is we sell art from other artists through our marketplace. And it's only exclusive to Raptor City Rascals and Clever Girls holders. So this was a way of, we give opportunities to new artists to sell a product through us because we already have an audience.
True.
And then these people get this exclusive, beautiful art. And we also made a really cool jacket.
Yeah.
And all of this is on our website. But yeah, there's so many things that we were working on, but then I kept paying people and we were not making profits. We were not selling. And
yeah, this was a difficult time, right?
So difficult because I gave jobs to all these people that were having the time of their lives, and they were loving their jobs.
Of course.
They were making more money than ever. I paid lots of artists to create. We have an animation, we have an original soundtrack for Clever Girls.
Nice.
That an artist, a musician, Madame de Band, she wrote and played and sang the song. Is really cool. This is something that we are going to release the 1st of September 2022 because it's the anniversary.
Okay, so it's
there's so many cool things that we did and are doing, but people don't care about. So it's very frustrating for artists. And then we have Cool Kids Club. So Cool Kids Club was a collection that I wanted to do for people that had no money to buy NFTs, but they really wanted to join.
Okay.
So this was a free mint, and this happened months ago. More before the free mint craze happened.
Okay.
So 50% of secondary we donated to an organization that helps children with their mental health. Okay. So this was all mental health oriented. And the other 50% I gave it to 3 people that were helping me with the Discord and the Twitter. So basically I made 0 profit, but I thought it was a great thing to do. And then we had, for the first 3 weeks, for the first month, we had a counselor come to our Discord. Yeah. A free counseling session to holders. And then again, I thought this is so cool. Free therapy. Therapy is so expensive, right? But then no one gave a shit.
Of course.
People wanted to buy, sell, make profit, and that's it. And again, that was so sad, but we keep working with Cool Kids Club. Like I have a friend of mine, his name is Non, and he's the community manager, and he always brings new ideas that we can do. But then again, it's so difficult to keep investing in a project that generates 0 profit because,
it's difficult, right? When secondaries is not working and you have a team and everything. Exactly.
So right now, everything is kind of on hold. So I'm still working on all of this. But obviously I cannot pay people anymore. So some of them are still there because they work within the NFT space anyway. True. In other projects, like I do. I have my own art and I can keep going.
True.
Also, I didn't mention this, but this is amazing. When we sold out, we kept an amount of money, obviously, for budget to create new things. We created so much stuff, and again, I hired 6 people. Then we donated so much money. We worked with other artists who made a lot of really cool art, and we paid them very well because they deserve it. And I also paid my parents' debt, which was really empowering because I've never made that much money, and then suddenly I could help my family. It was amazing. So yeah, all of this happened, and then Kero Fat Baby is one of my latest collections. And I've realized one thing that is pretty interesting from an artist perspective. Generative collections are can be very damaging.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you create generative art, people don't value it the same way, especially now after all the scams and all the rug pulls.
Mm-hmm.
People are quick to judge. So people might think that I have abandoned this stuff because I'm not as active. I'm constantly working on ideas and things for all of these collections.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to make them work because I'm one person.
Of course.
But when you create a 1-1 collection, you have a very small community of people that really connect with you. Because if you look at the Fat Baby NFT, if people are going to buy those NFTs, they have to like video games, or they have to like anime, or they have to have a similar taste to mine.
True.
And those are people that you could be friends with, and that they care about this 1-1 art. Like they buy it and never sell it because they love it. But then when you create a generative project, you do not know who your customers are.
True.
Your collectors,
Crypto
the majority, the majority doesn't give a crap about you as an individual. They don't even know who you are. So it becomes very impersonal and very damaging for you as an artist, because you are not being valued whatsoever. So with Kero Kero Fat Baby, I was like, okay, I want to do something for people, for specific individuals, for specific humans, right? So maybe I can show you.
Of course, yeah, sure.
Here. So I created the collection where you can actually create your own NFT. So there is I created a form, and this has a whole story. So there's a lab, a laboratory, and then you have a human character. So this was the first one. You have a human character that then is infused with a DNA capsule. So there you have this girl. Again, this goes back to I love all these like superpower laboratory experiment things that makes superheroes, you know,
I can see it.
Super characters. So this girl transforms into this thing, and then they have different superpowers. And I wanted it to be super personal. So basically, let me show you here. So this is the Twitter.
Yeah.
And here I created this recently. I have been working on this, like, basically you open this form. Well, I have done it already, but you can come here and see, and then you can choose all the traits. So you can choose the color of the hair, you can choose the superpowers, you can choose the personality, and then I include all of those traits here. So
okay. It's like custom, yeah?
Yes, 100% custom.
Okay.
So the latest one that I created was created for Andrew Traxi.
Yeah.
And he chose brown hair, black uniform thingy. Then he told me like, you can choose in that form that I have on Twitter all the traits and everything that you want.
Cool.
And then he chose the Fennec Fox DNA, so he transforms into this. And one of the cool things as well is that I'm working with Crypto Coco, who is a great artist, and we are creating a manga. So every person that has both characters will appear in the manga. And I'm just trying to find the manga. Yeah. So this is one of the pages.
Oh, wow.
It's really, really cool. And
so you're creating a whole story, a whole manga to it.
Yes, and we have a Discord that is exclusive for collectors. Okay. So basically, I wanted to create this super personal, small thing.
Yeah.
That I can enjoy with these people.
Yeah.
That are part of the. And it's a closed Discord.
Yeah.
So if we have 20 collectors, it's 20 people in the Discord.
Of course.
And then creating the manga, we can ask people, what would you like to happen next? Or let's vote which character will appear as a cameo, you know, in the manga. And it's so much fun. Then I'm also creating all these characters will be, sorry, will be in the manga as well, and they are all one-ones that will be given to collectors, you know. So there's with this collection is very small, but it's so personal to me because it's something I would love to be part of as a collector.
Nice. It's
So I'm giving something I would like to see.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you don't need to kind of focus on what the market wants in this moment. I mean, the market is kind of slow anyway, so you can put your things out you really want to, and people like it, so interact with it and choose their trade. So it's pretty cool. I like the approach.
To be honest, what the market wants, what does that even mean?
Yeah,
the market
that's
wants
true.
money.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, yeah, of course you need to put the stuff out that you want to put out and not what someone else maybe. So this is what I wanted to say. But
Yeah, totally.
and especially as an artist, I think you put yourself out there and don't try to make everyone happy, you know?
Yeah, it is very difficult at the end of the day. You have, one of the things I've realized by doing all these generative projects is that these are all very personal to me, and these are all things that I like. So whatever you create, you have to like, because if you try to adapt to what do people want, first of all, what people?
Yeah.
Everyone, impossible. You have to narrow down, you have to target an audience. So my target audience is myself, is people like me, because otherwise I end up not enjoying what I do.
Yeah, true.
And this brings me to this clowns collection.
The clowns I like a lot.
So these, they are called the Ding Dong Canty Clowns. And basically I'm creating these 1-1 pieces on foundation, which are very elaborated clowns like this one.
Nice.
And I sell them, and if people get one, like I sold one so far, they will have access to a little collection that is another experiment that I'm working on.
But it's top secret.
Well, it's not a secret. It's like you can see some of them here.
Okay.
So there are 333. I have drawn all of these by hand, one by one. And again, this is super small, super personalized, and I'm working with my partner.
Yeah.
Basically, we want to create clothing for queer and body non-conforming like people, you know, so all types of bodies.
Of course.
And we want to create a high-end fashion clown costume that you can actually go out with. Maybe it's a tuxedo, you know, and it has like a really cool hat and really beautiful shoes. So this is something small, again, that we are working on, and we are hoping to launch in November, because in November is NFT London.
True.
And we would like people to see.
That's pretty
By the way, as you can see, I have 200 million things going because I have to. I need to keep creating stuff.
Okay.
And
That's
one
cool.
thing of like, thank you so much. One thing behind the scenes that I told you I was preparing to show people. So this is my latest clown that I'm going to upload later today.
This looks amazing. So detailed.
Yeah, I mean, when you upload them.
I like the fish in the
gun.
In the gun, yeah. Looks amazing.
So the thing with NFTs as well is that most of the time people look at them with their phone.
Yeah.
So they don't really see all the details. But I don't care. I make super small details anyway.
So you changed the mouth, yeah? So you experimented with the mouth?
Yeah, so basically, the way I do this is I draw each trait.
Different layer, right?
Yeah. Then I move the file to the computer, and then I know that I'm going to animate it, so I already think, how am I going to do this? So I separate each layer, knowing that I'm going to animate it later with After Effects.
Okay.
So for example, the gun is going to be animated, and the little whiskers are going to be animated,
So
and then
nice.
obviously the mouth will change, so it has this mouth, this mouth,
Cool.
and this mouth,
Yeah.
and then the fish also will move.
Mm.
So once I have these all in layers, I save them, and then I bring them into After Effects, and again all the layers are down here in groups. So this is the clown, this is, you see the eyebrows.
And you self-taught you everything? Or
Yes,
oh,
I
okay.
learned all myself.
Wow.
I mean, it's full of tutorials on the
Yeah,
internet,
that's
but
true. That's true.
it just requires a lot of hours, obviously.
And interest, and really you want to do it right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I bring it all here, and then I animate it.
Nice.
It needs to be rendered, so it's
Yeah, of
not
course, of course,
going
of course.
as fast as it should.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I animate it, and it looks really
And
cool.
changes. Yeah, nice. That's so cool.
So I'm doing all these different clowns for that little collection
Cool.
that will give you access to the Lil Clowns collection, which is this.
We can link them all up in the comments and stuff. So
Oh, if you want.
yeah, of course, of course. I will need to go to the toilet for 1 minute. I really need to, but I will be back in a second. Yeah, we can cut this out as well. And if you need a break of 1 or 2 minutes, you can also.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. All right, are you back? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never moved.
I
I
know.
was telling my girlfriend that I talk so much.
No. All good. I mean, it's. I can see that you are very excited about your stuff, and it's completely normal to then talk a lot, I guess, or are excited about it. So I can really see that you love what you're
I mean,
doing, and I'm
I
excited
am I
about.
am I am so excited all the time because I think, oh, this would be so cool, and then I learn and I work on it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's just ultimately the thing that really takes creative people back.
yeah.
It's not always, but it can be depression, but it
Mm,
can also usually it's money, which is so sad.
mm.
Look at my picture.
And what do you think newcomers, especially in this market, can do? Like people who join in there for maybe artists, one-on-one artists, like they have a really hard time right now, right? What do you think they could do to grow or to get seen and
Well, to be honest, um, again, there's no guide to all of this, and if someone tells you that they know exactly what to do, it's not true.
it's
Because
true?
again, it's all timing,
Yeah,
and you know how there are all these guides like how to be a YouTuber and make money. I give you all the tricks, and then I was watching a video on YouTube about all these like become a famous YouTuber courses
mm,
that children love, and they ask, or not even children, like young people, like young whatever, maybe you are 30 and you even
of
want to
course.
do that. And then you have people like YouTubers, like, as an example, I'm gonna say Ninja. I don't know if you know Ninja.
This
He's a
streamer, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
he's a streamer and super famous, has so much money, and then he gives you all the guide on how to do that. But then he forgets that he never mentions when he started that he was one of the first people to play Fortnite, and Fortnite became a massive thing, which gave him a lot of visibility. That his personality, the way he talks, the way he looks, there are so many factors
Yeah, true.
that can help you get to the top, but most of the time is luck, or not luck, but like you were in the right place in the right moment and you had the right information in your brain.
Of course, of course, of course.
So if you're a new artist and you want to join the NFT space, a couple of things I would say are, if you already have a big following and you decide to join NFTs, I would say don't be scared. You're going to be criticized, because I don't know if you know, like, there's so many artists that say, no NFT shit, I will never do that crap. That's obviously each person can do whatever they like, and it's their choice, and I completely respect it. And I agree on so many things that they say, because it is true, the space is full of assholes and
That's true.
scammers and crypto cocksucker bros, you know? So there's a side of the NFT space that I despise. I spit on it. But then there's also a side that is so cool. And you just need to find which is the group of people that really match your ideals, your morals, and your way of seeing and doing things.
Of course.
And but one of the things that I would say is, maybe you are an incredible artist, but you hate social media. And sadly, unless you are a super well-known artist within the art community, that people know your name, and then you upload art and all the collectors talk to each other and they go invest in you. So unless you are that type of person, you have to grind on social media, which is horrible.
That's true, yeah.
And even if you do that, there's no guarantee you're going to be selling art. So I know that's a bit sad, but that's the
not
reality.
What people want to hear. Tell us something else.
So what people want to hear is me saying, oh yeah, we made $1 million and we donated so much money, and you know, it changed my life. I left my job and everything is so cool. Yeah, of course, that was for a period of time. I'm not gonna lie. If you interviewed me 6 months ago, I would be like, oh my God, this is so fucking, you know. Right now it's still cool and there are so many great things happening. But I cannot be a motivational speaker that is telling you shit that is not real.
Yeah.
It depends on so many factors. But truthfully, if you want to start selling your art as NFTs, what I would say is open a new account on Twitter only for NFTs. Forget about your old social media. You just open a new account, and this your NFT account. Follow our NFT artists only, only NFT people, NFT collectors. I wouldn't recommend following influencers unless you want to know all the drama and stuff that is going on from an informative way of, you know, an informative side of things. But yeah, open the new Twitter account for NFTs only. Follow artists that you love that do NFTs. Try to connect with them. One of the best things to do to actually get to know people is to do collaborative work. So this has happened since the beginning of times. Famous people do collaborations with each other, like singers, and then with influencers, YouTubers, they make a video together. So here is the same thing. Like if you have 300 followers and I have 200 followers and we do a collaboration together, we might exchange some followers, some collectors. You know, if you find artists that vibe with what you create, it means that their collectors probably will like your art as well. Also, creating art with someone else is so much fun and it's so cool. You make friends. And and you slowly learn and feel the vibe. So that is what I would recommend if you are an artist, a new artist, not renowned artist. You know, you're just a small person trying your best.
Of course.
And don't, again, this is the same with like the whole
Don't
social
rush
media.
it, right?
Yeah, don't rush it. Just chill, have fun, and one step at a time. Because if you get absorbed by how fast the space moves, if you compare yourself to others, this is super basic human stuff,
yeah,
you
of
know,
course,
like
of course.
if you compare yourself to others, if you see that this person is selling and you are not selling,
Yeah.
and then you get sad and you don't make more art, it's pretty complicated, but ultimately, from my perspective, it's so much fun. And even when I don't sell stuff, I had so much fun creating it, and I'm so proud that it's there, and it's some sort of like portfolio. I did that, look how cute. Also, one of the things that happens with the NFT space, I don't know exactly how it is now, but when I started 1 year ago, these random people that I have never met before gave me so much confidence in myself because they were saying that I'm an artist. And I was like, am I? I've never called myself an artist until a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I am an NFT artist.
Woohoo!
Which is, I know. And before I wasn't confident enough, I was like, no, my art is not great. And of course there are like better artists and more skilled people out there, but I love what I do and I work so hard and I try my best and I learn by myself, you know. And if some other people like what I do, I'm gonna take it and be like, yeah, man, I'm fucking great.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's the best thing that could happen to someone, right? That people love what you're doing and it gives you so much confidence. Love it as well.
Yeah, that is one of the most valuable things that I got from the space. I swear, like more than money, more than is truly believing that I am an artist and that people out there are some people that really like what I do, and also a really fun magical thing is that I'm a very queer person, and there's some art that I create that is super queer and, you know, explicitly homosexual or whatever, and then there's like this straight man from California telling me, oh, this is so fucking cool, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? You know, that's so cute and so fun and so cute, man.
Of course. I mean, why just judge because of different orientation or something? I mean, yeah.
Oh, of course, but it's not just the orientation, it's like literally the art I make.
Of course.
It's not for everybody, I know that.
Yeah.
But I think it's great when I make something very queer and just someone that has zero connection with the queer community and know nothing about queer stuff. They are like, you know what? Yes. They're like, I think this gay shit is great. And then they buy it, you know.
Okay, must be funny for you then, right?
It is great. I love it.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap things up? We are almost at an hour. That's crazy. Time was flying so fast.
I'm sorry, I talk so much. You didn't talk
No. I really loved the talk with you. It's so cool, really. No joke. It's really nice.
Thank you so much. Well, I don't know. What I would say maybe is that right now we are going through a bear market. I did not even know what a bear market was 1 year ago because, again, I know still there's so much crypto stuff that I'm like,
of
what?
Course.
But I think we are about to see a rebirth of the space. And this is because things move so fast. A year ago, it was a newborn baby. So everything was cute, you know, and so nice. And everyone was being nice to each other. But then that baby grew into a teenager in 6 months. And suddenly it was all fucking difficult. And, you know, like when the market started, people were making money. So assholes sniff it They're like, money? What do you mean? And then they join the space and they scam everybody. And there was this, we are still going through that period of the market is overflooded. Flippers have come from every corner, which, by the way, I understand as well. The free mint started like a couple of months ago, almost, the free mint craze. And on one side, there are so many people losing money, yes. But there are also so many people making money. Just think about someone that lives, I don't know, imagine a person that lives in India or the Philippines or even, I don't know, even in Spain or whatever. They don't have much money. And then they can mint for $3, they can mint 10 NFTs, and then they sell each NFT for $10.
Yeah.
And then, suddenly they have $100. And that's a lot of money for them.
Of course.
So I cannot criticize those people because they are trying their best and they are surviving like we all are. But I think that whole free mint craze brought a lot of people that are just trying to make money with this stuff, this new stuff that came out. And it has damaged the space a lot, yes, because now there's so much scams, people are tired, people are overwhelmed with the amount of collections. When there was this period of crazy grinding to get into an allow list, oh my God, I tried to get into a couple of allow lists. I was sweating. I was like, oh my God, what else do I have to do? I just want to mint one. So all of that, I think, is going to slowly fade away because it's not sustainable. And then we are going to see some sort of like rebirth. It's all a cycle, right? And this is what people that predict what's going to happen in the market, they look back in history and they have a prediction based on human behavior. So again, I think this has gone up here, obviously not sustainable. There's a bank, it goes down here, and then it's when slowly it's going up. And I'm not even talking about the value of Ethereum or Solana, whatever. I'm talking about our brains.
True, yeah.
We cannot be on that level constantly.
Of course.
So we have a crash and then we slowly recover. And I think that rebirth moment is going to happen in the next months. And it's going to be great again. And for all of us that are still here, after all the craziness, it will be rewarding, I hope.
Of course. Thank you so much for what you said, and the whole interview was amazing.